there, crafty friends. It is Jackie Ballheis from Klomp & Stampers. I am here to share a new fun fold with you. We're going to call this one a flip-flap card. I really don't know what it's called. You know, some people always ask, what do you call that fun fold? Honestly, I don't call them anything other than fun folds because, you know, you see different things out there and different people call them different things. And, you know, sometimes I'll call it something, but I don't know if it's right. So we'll just have fun and call it flip-flap card. How's that? So this one, we are using the Violet stamp set and designer series paper, but it's also a great fun fold that you can make with any products. And I can't wait to see what different products you create this card with. It's simple and it's fun. So let's just get started here. We're going to use a piece that is 11 by 4 1/4, half a sheet of cardstock, cut the long way, okay? And then we are going to start out and we are going to score it at 2 1/4 and 5 1/2. So far, we've done this before. This would kind of just give us a back fold on a card, okay? Now, here's where the magic part happens. We have this score line right here that is at 2 1/4. So we're going to turn it the long way. Okay, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but I have my score line right there. And we are going to trim down from this edge to the score line at 5/8. Okay, so I'm just finding my 5/8 over here on the right. We'll use our cutting blade and we're going to come down till we see the score line. You should be able to see it on the little line on your cutting blade. Match it up right there. You can go ahead and peek, see if you made it all the way to the score line. It looks like I did. We're good to go there. And then we're going to flip this over and we're going to do the exact same thing over here. So here's our first cut. And now let's come over here. Same thing, 5/8. And we're going to come down to our score line, peek. We look good. Okay, we can set our trimmer aside. And then we're going to grab our paper snips. And we want to cut out these little pieces. Okay, those little 5/8 inch pieces. So let's just trim those out. There we go. Okay, then take your bone folder because we want to get some really good creases in this. And for this one, I like to crease this little piece both directions. Make sure it goes both ways really good. And then our larger one here. Okay, so there is the main base of our card. So let's set that aside and let's work on the focal image, the fun part. We'll come back to this, okay? So we are using framed violets, and this was an online exclusive product that came out in July, and I've had so much fun making cards with it. I love the images, but I think the thing that I really love about it is the scalloped oval frame. So I have a couple tips for you. This is that frame. Now, because we are going to cut it out with the die, and because this is kind of a easy to manipulate, shall we call it? I mean, I could, and I should try this actually. You could create a circle out of this because you could bend it on your block. But when we're die cutting, we need to make sure it has its original shape. So you don't want to take your stamp in your hands and place it down like so. Chances are you maybe pulled out a little bit here and it's not the exact perfect shape. So what you want to do, stamping side down, I like to just kind of drop it on my scrap paper and then pick it up with your block. That will keep the good shape. Now, I have a little cricket on the block. Doesn't matter, but it should keep the oval shape so that it works really good with your die when you go to cut it out. So let's go ahead and bring in just a piece of basic white. Large stamps like this, I like to ink them upside down. Okay, we are using Secret C, my very, 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 very favorite color. It is my black, I call it. It just stamps so good. I love the crispness of it. But notice when you stamp this, you have your outside oval that's scalloped, and then you have the great little line on the inside. So we're going to die cut here in a minute, but let's go ahead and stamp the violets. We're going to stamp those right there because we have a little bit of coloring to do. Now for these, we're going to use our Stampin' Blends. Now notice I did stamp with Secret Seed color as well. This ink pad works great for regular stamping as well as for coloring with your Stampin' Blends. So it is the perfect black in my opinion. What do we have here? The Light Highland Heather. Now, normally when I color with Stampin' Blends, I do use both. But for this one, we're just going to do the light. Now, and I'm also coloring a little bit different. Notice how I'm kind of going in a circle on each petal, spinning it around. And then when I come around, I'm leaving a little bit of white in each petal. If you notice the artwork in here, the lines are kind of broken, okay? It's more almost hand-drawn instead of nice solid lines to create the flower. And I feel like when you color it, I like the look of not a solid coloring. It's like my coloring's broken a little bit, I guess, to go with the lines of it. Plus, it makes it super simple and quick and easy to color if you're not trying to bring in the light and dark. Okay, there are our little flowers. And then we're going to use the Peaceful Pine light color for the leaves. And here too, I'm kind of taking section by section, outlining it, go around a few times, leave a little bit of white. This part of the leaf. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect coloring. I think that sometimes we get really hung up when we're coloring on making sure everything, you know, is perfect. This is kind of a big area here, so we'll kind of leave a little white in there. Okay. Now, these lines, well, here, let's do the flower little part there. The stems are really, really thin. So I found I hold my Stampin' Blend, oops, it went out a little bit, that's okay, really light and barely touch down because it's a little bit wider. Like if you just drew a line, it would be wider than these stems. But if you touch super light, you can get it narrower. And then again, I'm not even filling in the whole thing. Okay, so there are my violets all colored. Now, the next thing we're going to do is cut these out. Now, you might get a little discouraged at first, like, wait a second. Oh, you know what? I did it right. First time, I went to line this up, and I'm like, wait, it doesn't match. Okay, there is a top and a bottom. If it doesn't match, spin it around the other direction because it does match. As long as you use my little tip to make sure your stamp was the right shape, it will match up and cut out really nice. And then we also have the die to cut out the flowers. So I'm going to do a little magic of TV here, and I've already have a set that I cut out, and I actually stamped already Sending Love, which is one of the stamps in the violet on there. And we're going to go ahead and put our focal image together here. Okay, we have some Stampin' Dimensionals because every card needs dimensionals, right? The big joke here is, where are we going to find the dimensional backings today if I was downstairs playing? Because they end up all over my house. Okay, so we're going to take that, and I'm going to put it at a little bit of an angle. Try to get most of it in the oval. We're hanging off a little bit. That is totally okay. So there's our flower. Now, a little thing, I've been doing this a lot. You probably saw me do this in a couple other videos. When I look at this, I'm like, I really like it, but it needs one more little thing. Now, a lot of times I'll use an embellishment, maybe a little rhinestone, and I'll put like 2 in one spot and 1 in another. But I've been using my Stampin' Blends to do dots. I don't know how I came up with this, but I decided I like the look. I'll do 2 sometimes, 1, or yeah, 3, 2, 1, maybe 2 out there, 3 right there. You don't want to overdo it, and I think that's the tendency. Less is better, but look how it just kind of fills it in a little bit, takes away some of the whiteness of that background. And I don't know, you might not like the look, but that's been my little thing lately. So let's go ahead and we're going to tie a linen bow. is I like a little linen bow. Again, this is always I look at a card and I'm like, it needs one more little thing. And that little thing for me is almost always a linen bow. So it's kind of become my little trademark, okay, of my cards. People tell me they can recognize my cards because they always have a little linen bow on it. 99%, that's the case. So we're just going to stick that right there. See, it just needed that one extra little thing. Okay, focal layer is done. Now let's come back to our card base. And I have some of our Coordinating Designer Series paper. These pieces are 3 by 4. Okay, they're going to fit right there. And I should tell you, as I'm putting this together, this card design is actually part of the Creativity Made Simple tutorial. So if you like written directions with diagrams and all the measurements, you will find that in this month's tutorial. That it's for sale, or you can get it free with a $50 purchase from me. It contains a fun fold, a technique, and a card template, all in the tutorial. The technique and the fun fold also have a video. So there's another video of me showing you how to make this card, but in there I make it as a template, okay? Because I like those templates to save. You can check out all that information on the blog post. There's a link in the video description. And over there, I'll also have pictures of this card so that if you'd like to make it, grab the measurements off the video and you can make this, grab the measurements and go ahead and make it. Okay, open it up and we're going to put the other piece, both of these are the same size, 3 by 4. And that's going to go right there on the, it slid. Slide it back up there. Come on, little guy. Okay, so here's our card base. That's what we got going. We're going to go ahead and put a inside piece here. I don't think I'm going to put a sentiment on this one. Sending love could really be sent to someone for a whole variety of reasons, and it's a perfect one to just write a message. Okay, so there's the inside. And to dress up the inside a little bit, let's take a 1/2 by 4 piece of Designer Series paper, and we're going to stick that in the inside, just like so. Okay, following me so far? Pretty simple. Now, the next thing we need is a base here for our focal layer to land. And that piece is going to be 3 by 4.5. Now, I wanted that piece to be Designer Series paper. Normally, I would want it to be a piece of cardstock. But this is just a little too flimsy for what I want to do. So I just have a piece of Designer Series paper that is also 3 by 4.5. And I'm going to put it and cover up that whole basic white. That way my layer is Designer Series paper like I really wanted for the card design here, but I've got some stiffness because I have the white in the background. And then we're going to add our focal layer on there with dimensionals. So let's stick a whole bunch of dimensionals on here. Yeah, see those little nasty backings are flying everywhere. Okay, so let's peel them off. And then we're going to put that right there. Okay, so there's our focal layer that is going to go on the front of the card. Now this is going to adhere to this flap, and it fits exactly. Okay, so it's going to go right there. It should come over to the edge here, and these edges line up. So you want to put that adhesive on the flap. Okay, because if I put it on here, I might go too far and then glue my card closed. We don't want to do that. And then line that right up on that left edge, top, bottom, right edge. Stick it down good. Okay, and there's our completed card. Because now when we open it, we're going to pull on this to open it. And this is where I said this is a flip-flap card. Is that what I called it at the beginning? I think so. Because as I open it, it flips to the inside. That's why we wanted that same pretty Designer Series paper on the inside. So there you go. Let me show you the other one I made. And this is the actual one that is in the Creativity Made Simple tutorial, but it's using the silly old bear. And I show both of these to you because it really shows how any products. And that's what I like to teach, is card making templates and fun folds that you can use with any products. Now, let's bring in another one here, because I've had fun with these violets, and you can see here kind of the same design, but this one is just a regular card front on there. And this is our featured set this month also for the Creative Card Collection. So if you like the violets, make sure you grab that tutorial. There are 16 different unique cards. This is the one that's mine. But some really, really cool ideas that people came up with these violets on that tutorial. So the tutorial is free this month with a $75 order. So you get both tutorials that way, or you can purchase it over on my website as well. You know, as long as we're talking about the violets, let me show you a few other cards that I've made. Most of these I kept really simple, but again, I love the ovals so much. I'll also have pictures of these over on the blog post, so if you'd like to see these and recreate them. Here I started bringing in the little dies that cut out violets as well. A lot of what I did is with the Designer Series paper. Now this paper is unique because it comes with 2 sheets. You get 2 of everything, of die cuts. So these flowers and this little frame in the background are actually die cuts from the paper. So the only stamping I really did here was the I appreciate you. And then this one, if you took the card class a few months ago that Stampin' Up! Did, I kind of recreated their design where you use lots of Designer Series paper. But I love how this opens up. You get to feature lots of different papers, but a great card. I'll probably do this one as a fun fold video in one of the coming months. But I just wanted to show how much beauty and fun the violet set can be. So again, hop over to the blog post. You'll find pictures of these as well as information about this suite and how you can get the Creativity Made Simple or Creative Card Collection tutorials for even more fantastic projects when you purchase from me or purchase the tutorial. So thanks, my friends. I hope you love this fun fold, but more importantly, I hope you make cards using this fun fold and you send them to people. Let's fill mailboxes with happy mail. Thanks, everyone. Have a stamp happy day.